I got this box delivered to me today and I want to open it up with you. Hi, it's Mike from Casefile and Casefile Presents. On this channel I'm releasing videos on podcasting. If you enjoy it, please hit the like button. Let's first talk what's in the box. So I am upgrading a few bits and pieces in my studio, and one of the elements is my audio interface. Now, I've talked about audio interfaces in the past, and don't get me wrong, if you're a beginner, if you're looking at your first audio interface, I'd still recommend, Focusrite Sapphire, Audient ID range, or even the Universal Audio New Volt range. I used similar interfaces for years, they're perfectly fine and they will not break your bank. However, I do like upgrading my gear, and for a long time I was looking at the Universal Audio Apollo interfaces. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. So the interface I've ordered is Universal Audio Apollo Twin X Quad Heritage Edition. Now, Universal Audio interfaces, their gear is sort of top of the line, with Apollo interfaces being high-end interfaces for small studio producers, bedroom producers, and so on. Now, they have something special inside of them, and that's DSP, processing power. Universal Audio has a range of high-quality plugins that you can buy separately. Now, in order to use them, you've got to have the Universal Audio interfaces. So you're buying into that ecosystem. However, because of that DSP, because of the inside processors, you can use these plugins on your input as you're recording with pretty much zero latency, no delay. How it normally works is, if you want to record guitar or your vocals or whatever and want to have some effects on that, even just for monitoring purposes, we're not talking recording on the actual track, you will be inducing a bit of delay when the audio travels to your DAW and then back. And you've got options such as delay compensation, or you can set your buffer size as well. Now, what Universal Audio interface like Apollo allows you is, by using their control software, you can listen and you can input all their plugins, and the processing happens in the unit. So you're not running it through DAW and back. And that means no delay, no latency And when you're recording, then obviously if there's any delay that you're hearing in your monitoring, in your headphones, that's very uncomfortable. So that is the solution. Okay, let's open the box and see what's actually inside. I am very excited about that. I usually keep the boxes as well when you want to sell some audio equipment and you have the original box. That helps. Kinda heavy. We got getting started card, right? So put it there, and we can open that as well. Yeah, so that's our charger. And there's something there as well. Okay, so that's our plug. So the quad means there's 4 cores on the processors inside. You can also get a duo version, which has 2 processors, so quad 2 cores. So quad is more powerful if you want to run more plugins on the DSP. Then a Twin X means that it has 2 inputs. I believe that's for twin, but X means Thunderbolt connection. Now you can have USB version of the interface. You can have MK2, which is Thunderbolt 2, or you can have X, which is Thunderbolt 3. And Thunderbolt 3 is of course the latest technology from Apple. I have it in my iMac that allows you to speed up to 40 Gbps, I believe. And of course, when the new iMacs, the big ones, come out with M1, I'll be looking at upgrading to that. They will have Thunderbolt 3 at least, so I want to have the fastest one. Now, what's the Heritage Edition? So with the standard edition of Apollo interfaces, you get several plugins for free that you can use on the input or as plugins in your DAW, but they came out with this Heritage Edition, and I believe there's something on the box there. Or at the back, there we go. And on top of the standard ones that you get 5 or 6 analog classic plugins from Universal Audio. These are your sort of vintage, old school sounding plugins that you can use and give that warmth to your mixes, to your recordings. Plugins alone cost probably like $600, sorry, so it is a great deal if you have the cash. There's one thing though that it's kind of, I won't say leaves a bad taste, but we talked about it's a Thunderbolt connection, right? Now, when you look at the box, it says Thunderbolt cable / adapter sold separately. So the cable is not included. Now, I find it a little bit cheeky because you're paying essentially 10 times the price of normal audio interfaces. And the Thunderbolt cables, I think they're like £40 per 1 meter, so they're not the cheapest. And I've paid for this interface, it was nearly £1,400. We'll have an American dollar amount on the screen. I think it was 1,368 to be exact. And yeah, you've got to get the cabling on top of that separately. But I want to give a big shout out to Absolute Music here. Absolute Music is this sort of music gear superstore down in Bournemouth. And when I was looking for the interface online, looking at various online stores, everywhere, if you needed that cabling, you had to buy it separately, like I said. But when you added the Apollo Twin on Absolute Music, they give you an option of Thunderbolt cable for free. You just had to select that you want one, and they just included that for free. I'm not sponsored by Absolute Music at all, but I just thought, it's a great deal if you're looking at one of these interfaces. I also bought complete collector's edition a few weeks ago with Complete Control 88 from them, and the customer service was fantastic. But I'll be making a video on the Complete Control 88 and the whole library in the future, in a few months. So yeah, big shout out to Absolute Music, absolutely fantastic that they include that as well. I think that's it. I'm not going to go through connection and things like that. I just want to do an unboxing video. Obviously, I'll do a deeper review in a few months' time when I had time to sort of get accustomed to this interface. And then we'll give you my hopefully honest opinion. But yeah, that's it for today. That's what you get. Very expensive audio interface. If you're a beginner, you don't need to spend that much and buy it, of course. But yeah, I'll give you a shout when I connect it and have a play with it. That's it for today. I'm Mike Migas. If you enjoyed this video, you can check the rest of my channel. For now, you can share, subscribe, and I'll see you later.